Hour number 2 of the show here on your Wednesday. Good to have you with us today, Matt and Patrick. 952-946-6205. 952-946-6205. One of the bigger events of the year is Art in Bloom. It is going on over the MIA. I had the absolute privilege of walking through as they were setting up this morning. It was just a freaking delight. It's just gorgeous. And this is one of the best parts about Minneapolis is these great. We come to about mid-April and we say, okay, we need flowers. And we just need it. We're done with winter. We need to get some color in there. And MIA is the place to be this weekend for Art in Bloom. Maria Eggemeyer is kind enough to join us, former Friends of the Institute president, one-time Art in Bloom chair, and she's kind enough today to talk about Art in Bloom over at the MIA. Hi, Maria. How are you?
Oh, hi, Matt. And there's nothing I love talking more about than Art in Bloom.
Well, and it's easy to see why. It's so fun.
It is. And it's a community outreach. Everybody is welcome. It's in its 40th year. The Friends of the Institute of the Minneapolis Institute of Art has brought it to the community, and it's free. And everybody is welcome, and there are several programs during the event that are also free. Come on Thursday night at 5:30 to 8:30, and along with Minnesota Center for Book Arts, make your own letterpress print. And then on Saturday, there's a still life workshop that with beautiful flower arrangements by one of our loyal sponsors, Bachman's. And then on Sunday is a children's event. The whole family is welcome with art projects, and those are all free, no tickets required. Just come. And if they're all on the website, the MIA website, so be sure to look for them and make your plans. And there are also 2 talks that still have tickets available, and one is with Christy Belcourt, who is the Native American artist from Ontario, Canada, and if you haven't seen it, it is spectacular. So she will be talking about her artwork, and that's Thursday morning at 11 a.m., and the cost for that is $25, along with, on Saturday morning, Mary Jo Hoffman, who started out as an aeronautical engineer and is now an artist and photographer, and she's published a book. You can look on Amazon of beautiful, beautiful photographs that she's done of the whole North American region and of Mediterranean France. So there's lots to do.
Well, okay, so if you don't mind, Maria, let's back up a little bit here. Because, I mean, a lot of people know in Minneapolis Institute of Art, MIA, is fantastic. And I was out there, I was walking around with Brianna a little bit earlier today, and she's just wonderful. It's one of the best museums in the country. It's free to get into, so no matter what, you're going to see some spectacular things. But Art in Bloom is its own thing. Talk a little bit about this. It's florists coming in and creating floral pieces that are inspired or mimicking or in the theme of the painting and the artwork that they're accompanying that floral arrangement with, correct?
There are about 160 pedestals. So the floral art, in other words, the pedestal artists, the floral artists, make their arrangements, and they interpret, at some point they're allowed, along with the curators who give a list, to choose an artwork. Many of them even make the containers in which the florals are displayed. And it's all natural flowers. There's no silk, no plastic, all natural flowers. And each one is different. And of course the art is gorgeous to begin with. And then to look at it, and not only that, but the sense of flowers. You walk into the museum, I'm sure you smell that today.
Yes.
Just the perfume scent is captivating, too. Yes. And the colors, everything about it is great.
Well, and one of the things I love about it is that it's not just one wing. I mean, you talked about the Native American art, the Chinese art, the modern art, the Renaissance art. Every single corner of that museum, no matter what style of art, painting, sculpture, it's across the board. There are art pieces and floral arrangements that accompany them that are impacted across the entire museum.
They are. The curators do a wonderful job at MIA. The Friends get so much support from the museum. And this is the main fundraiser of the Friends for the year. And we have many sponsors. And so the curators, as you said, in every gallery, just about, there are one or two beautiful artworks with pedestals next to them and the gorgeous flower arrangements. So you can just stroll around the museum and admire the gorgeous artwork, but also see the gorgeous flowers that people have done. And some of our pedestal floral artists have done this for 37 or 38 years. And anybody can do it. You sign up, and it's on a lottery basis, and then, you follow the instructions, and you're assigned an artwork, and voila, you can do it.
I got to talk to one of the floral designers, and we were in the modern side, up on the third floor, and she was talking about the way she did it is, I think they asked for 15 pieces that you wouldn't mind working with and ranked them. And she was very happy because she had one of her top 5 choices, and it looked spectacular. It really was wonderful. And that was the thing which I do love about it. I mean, because art inspires art. And when it comes to these flower arrangements, sometimes it's an arrangement that's trying to mimic the painting or the piece of art itself. Sometimes we were over with the classic artists and the Monets, where they have a lot of the main pieces that are there in that one gallery, and they were just picking out one part of the painting that they were trying to mimic.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's just inspired by the painting itself. There was a lovely couple, a mother and daughter pair, it was in the Asian tea bowl area. And they made this lovely little one. It didn't necessarily had anything to do with it. It looked a little bit like the tea bowl, but it definitely represented the story of the artist, which I just thought was wonderful.
It is. It's up to the floral artist to do as he or she wants, and hence you end up with artwork next to beautiful artwork. It is a celebration of not only spring, as you said, but of art, and it fills the senses. So I highly recommend anybody wanting to come. It's just come early and get a good parking space, and that's always a challenge because we have thousands of people that pour in the door. But there's nothing but good to be said about it.
It is, and it is wonderful, and it goes back to, just as Minnesotans here, one of the things I like about it is we do get to this point about mid-April, and we all of a sudden across the entire city, there's art flower shows, the Arboretum starts picking up with the tulips and stuff like this, and then Art and Bloom comes in there, and it's just, and usually we've had enough of, cold and snow and stuff like this, so it's so welcome. It's just such a great part of spring. And it is such a wonderful, I can't tell you how lovely it was just to walk through. You talk about the smells, the colors too, just the beautiful colors of all these flowers. It was so nice. It was so nice.
Well, and the other nice part is that it's a time for the entire community to come and celebrate together.
Yep.
And it's fun to see people who are, that maybe a lot of people sometimes have never been to the museum before, and they're discovering it, and their children in strollers, and their senior citizens, and just across the board, the entire community comes together to celebrate.
You mentioned, I do want to mention this, last year was the most successful Art and Bloom ever, correct?
Well, many have been.
But I'm talking about the amount of people that were coming. It was a lot of people last year. It was wildly popular last year. And I just want to kind of prep people for this because a lot of people love to go out there. And you mentioned, you just want to make sure you get out there and give yourself plenty of time to go through it because it's a big museum and it's just there's a lot of people that want to go out and participate in this.
Right. And if you can, take public transportation. Then that would relieve you of having to find a parking spot.
It's going to be hopefully a nice weekend. It's been a little rain here, but it is something that's so nice. It runs from Thursday till Sunday, correct?
Correct.
All right.
So it's opening hours at the museum, which is tomorrow at 10, and then it runs through Sunday at 5. And not to worry because the floral artists will come in every day to check their arrangements and change any flowers that have wilted so that you're always getting just a beautiful, beautiful arrangement from day one to the end.
That's nice because I went out to the Winter Carnival this year, and unless you were there in the first few hours of the ice sculpting, you didn't see it. So it's nice that they keep updating that.
Yeah, this winter. So. But they take meticulous care, the floral artists, just to keep their arrangements and they're also commercial floral people that come in and do large installations that are in the corridors that are equally as beautiful.
Well, and I want to mention those because if you're one of these people like myself who loves taking photos and you like doing social media prints, there are a few there which are just beckoning for your social media pages. So you can get out there and get a picture on those. They are spectacular across the board. Now, Maria, at the beginning of this, you mentioned a lot of events. I'm going to ask if you could go through those again so we make sure we mention those twice. Because once again, not only is Art and Bloom going on Thursday through Sunday, the regular hours of the museum, but what are some of those other special options that you did mention?
Okay. And one of the things I didn't mention, I'll start with that, is they're guided tours by guides every day. And again, no reservation, just walk in. If one of them is going on, just join them. And you can find in as you enter or look online for the times of those tours. And they're volunteer guides that will take you through different art selections with the floral art next to it. Then on Thursday from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m.
Okay.
And this is along with the Minnesota Center for Book Arts. Come and make your own letterpress print guided with them. And then you can also go in and explore prints in Mia's collection in the print study room. You don't need any tickets for it. It is free. And that's 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. on Thursday, tomorrow night. Saturday, from noon to 4, there's a still life workshop along with artist Lindsay Jarek Waller that it celebrates Art and Bloom, and you can do your own still life of these beautiful floral centerpieces that have been provided by Bachman's. And those, no tickets required. Just walk in and join the workshop. You can be there for as long or as short as you want. Then on Sunday, April 28th, the last day at 11 a.m., and that's in the big Target reception hall on the 3rd floor in the new wing. There are all kinds of free art activities that are for all the younger guests and family. They're all family friendly. So bring your kids and have a great time doing art projects, and then you can walk around the museum too. And then the 2 talks, there's still a few tickets available. One tomorrow at 11 a.m. with artist Christy Belcourt, and with her talking about her beautiful, beautiful artwork and her whole history, and then and that's $25. And then also on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. with Mary Jo Hoffman, who is a renowned artist, photographer, and started out as an aeronautical engineer. And she has published a fabulous book. Her photography is spectacular.
Wonderful.
And so she will be talking about all of her travels around taking these beautiful photographs of nature. And she is in Minnesota. She is from Shoreview.
Mm-hmm. Now, if for those 2 ticketed events, where is that? Just they go to the MIA webpage and they can find out details about that?
Certainly.
All right.
That's probably the easiest thing. And if somebody doesn't, you can always call the museum and get your ticket with them.
I'll make a quick appeal for the Minneapolis Institute of Arts. If you can't make it out there this weekend, get out there. It is such a spectacular art museum. We are such a jewel in the city and the crown of the city, and so it's happy to be there. But if you can at all make it out for Art and Bloom, it is so much fun, and you'll have a really good time. Maria Eggemeyer. Maria, you are a delight. Anytime you want to come back to my show, you are more than welcome.
Well,
please.
Thank you, Matt. Well, thank you for having us. We always love to talk about Art and Bloom and the museum. And we do, the Minneapolis Institute of Arts, put a plug in, has the best Asian collection in the country. Other than the Met has a few more pieces than we do. But other than that, we are tops. And we have gorgeous, gorgeous masterpieces. So please come, and it's free.
Pretty much all the masters are there from all the different times of art, and you can see great art from across the world. It is fantastic, and the flowers are spectacular. I saw them today. They are so worth seeing. Maria Eggemeyer. Maria, thank you once again. I really appreciate the time.
Thank you, Matt.
Take care. Maria Eggemeyer from Art and Bloom. We'll take a break. Come on back. It is the Matt McNeil Show right here on AM 950.